Tēnā koutou katoa and welcome to Auckland, New Zealand for the start of the NZWIHL season opener. There's a hot wind blowing from the south as the Canterbury Inferno is here, hosted by the Auckland Steel. My name is Mark Kamultahari. I'm joined with Sam Nemiroff. So, Sam, we've got the reigning champions, Auckland Steel, here hosting. Did you see the how they won it last year?
Yeah, I managed to catch the last part of how they won last year. I know there were a little bit of connection issues with the YouTube stream, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much as thrilling as you get. I think they came down from a 2-goal deficit with a couple minutes left on the clock, able to pot a couple, take it to overtime. It didn't finish in overtime, so it went to a shootout, and Brooke Patron, our Canadian all-star of the Auckland Steel, actually netted the final winning goal and didn't know that she had won it.
Yeah.
So there's a video of her coming back, giving high fives to everyone, kind of waiting for the next person to go, and everyone being like, we won!
Yeah, the
and then, there was that moment of lag, and then they
Yeah.
came on. So, yeah, it's super exciting to see the Auckland Steel come back to start their campaign to defend their title on home ice in front of a pretty good crowd, and yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and that win came against a very strong Wakatipu Wild team. So, and now let's go into see the season opener here, and we've got a really strong team today for this year for the Steel. We've got goaltenders Lachlan Hyde coming back.
And Zadia Pulse as well, coming off a really strong campaign of the under-18s.
We've got
and a really mixed forward group, mixed defensive group this year, as we just cut down to ice level. But yeah, Marco, a lot of people have come back this season that weren't around last season, and I expect there's going to be a really strong Auckland Steel team.
That's right. And I expect there to be all the women players this year just trying out and giving the best, because we've got the home tournament coming up next year.
Absolutely.
With the New Zealand Ice Ferns. So everyone's clearly, for sure, going to be giving out their best to make that team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're underway.
Yeah, with the puck drop, first puck drop of the 2024 NZWIHL season. And we've got Canterbury streaking into the zone, broken up by Lily. Battle for it on the blue line with Hornipasco pushing it forward up to Mulari. Mulari, little move, dances in, drop pass to Hansen, and a save.
Great play. We see the connections here from the first line of the Steel. Mulari, Hansen, and Hornipasco.
Yeah, all three Hamilton inline girls. They definitely know how to find themselves out there. And a win by Hornipasco, and that shot is deflected off of Gardner, the Inferno defenseman's stick, and we'll get a face-off inside the Canterbury Inferno zone.
It's great seeing Jasmine back in the lineup after getting some addition to her family.
Yeah. Family grew by 1, and she wins a face-off there, and it's a foot race between Jones, and it looks like an Inferno player, and they managed to clear it out of the zone. That was a good little foot race there. Mulari enters the zone. Just gets a nice low shot, looking for that rebound, but none available.
Getting a face-off and a line change in the offensive zone.
Morgulis covers up. And that was a really smart play by Mulari there, as you had Lily Hansen streaking in, and she had gotten behind that other defenseman. So good play, lots of shots on goal. As we get back to action with the Inferno looking to break out their pass. A nice little breakout pass there. And that's dumped in and then gloved down by the defenseman in Harold. And then Shields comes away with it looking for a pass. She gets it up to Murray. And Shields, a former member of the Inferno team. So let's see if she can make them pay. Up to Harold. He can't handle it. And it comes all the way down, and that will be an icing. Yeah, so definitely a new look for the Auckland Steel here. You've got some former Inferno players, some players who didn't play last year. And I think there's a big push for these Auckland Steel girls to come back because, as you said, Mark, the international tournament is here in Dunedin this year. And to be eligible to be chosen for that team, you have to play in the NZWIHL season.
All right.
And there's a shot
No goal.
No goal.
Now here's an interesting change. Brooke Patron, one of the stars of the last season, played defenseman last year, but it's a center this year.
Yeah, really interesting. I think that's going to work out really well. Obviously, she has that defensive knowledge from playing defense, but you know, there's no question about her skill, so she can definitely use that to get some goals.
And that hard shot we just saw. And now she gets to defend.
Yeah, and you can see Patron back covering as center. You know, you want to make sure that you're helping out your defense, sometimes acting as that third defenseman.
That pinball's around, so there's no icing.
We'll get the Inferno player. A little scramble on the boards, and Patron comes away with it. They're just fighting for position as Hansen comes out, and we've got that Hansen. We're looking to get that Hansen, Hornipasco, and Mulari line out there. As a little bit of a hiccup by the Inferno defenseman, but she manages to clear the zone. And Hivgeti manages to push that puck forward. Inferno, so just a lot of battling in the neutral zone at the moment. No one really setting up clear in the other player's zone, but here we go. We might have a rush opportunity for Hornipasco. Dances in between, and a little shot and a nice save. And Morgulis covers. And Hornipasco just looked like she danced right in there. Silky hands.
Her hands are still there after missing a couple of seasons.
A little bit of outside, inside. And I think she wanted to elevate that just a little more to get it over the goalie's shoulder, but a good shot nonetheless.
Hey, it's the first game of the season, a couple of minutes in.
Yeah.
Ladies are just warming up.
And we already have 6 shots for the Auckland Steel and no shots for the Inferno. So you can see how strong this offensive group is for the Auckland Steel, but they just need to be concerned that as they try to push forward and get more shots, they don't, you know, leave chances open on the odd man rush for the Inferno to come back in and score.
A couple of tie-ups on the face-off. Steele's able to push it to the offensive zone.
Yeah, looks like we have Kloss behind the net, and she pushes up to Biergaard.
And that's Guerin taking it up.
And a nice high shot, yeah. And it comes away, and then Thorne is able to get it down, and we will have an icing on the Steel, so that puck will come all the way back to the Auckland Steel zone for a face-off.
Yeah, look, we're just a couple of Auckland guys, so we don't know the Inferno team as well as we do the Steel, but we'll be learning about the Inferno ladies during tonight and see how they play.
Definitely try to get these names right and goal scorers, but hockey's a fast game, and 1 minute someone has the puck and the next it's another person, so it can be tough to get everyone's name out there.
That's right.
As Thorne tries to chip it into the middle to Shields, who comes away with it, just looking for something to do. Passes it to Harold, who gets it to McLean. McLean coming off a international showing for the Ice Ferns in what might have been her first appearance for them. That's got to give her a lot of confidence. And a nice little chip into the zone. And a bit of a scrambling puck, and no one seems to be able to get a stick on it from the Steel as it comes out to the point. And that shot in ricochets off someone in a sharp angle shot from what looked like Hefford.
Yeah, that clearing effort.
So you can see Hefford on the doorstep there, but it was an equally good job by Morgulis to come push post to post and come over and make that save. It looks like Patron comes away with it.
Oh,
and a goal!
An amazing goal from Patron. She wins the face-off forward, takes the puck, does a few dangles, shoots it up high.
Yeah, it looks like it comes up high and it's
hard, and it comes back. Maybe she got another whack at it or not, but it's in the net.
And that's a 1-0 goal for the Auckland Steel, so able to capitalize on their offensive momentum, and we'll see if they keep it up. And clearly the change to put Patron up to forward is paying off already. The start of the season with just under 5 minutes into the first, we get a 1-0 Auckland Steel lead. Battle in the corner with Jones, who pushes it up to Hansen. Hansen looking to play it off the boards, but a nice pinch by the Inferno player.
Jeffries, number 14, takes it in the zone.
We have Mulari playing it back to Jones, who passes it up to Hivgeti, another player who I believe didn't play last year and has just come back. And she'll be a solid asset on the blue line for them. As a nice chip pass fails to eventuate into anything. It comes back to Hivgeti, who tries to get it up to Pasco, but that puck looks like it bounced a little bit. You can see the intention here with the Auckland Steel, especially with that inline line, is just to get as much forward momentum as possible, getting heaps of rush chances. See, they're trying to play it off the boards, and it looks like it pays off, especially with such a defense being quite far back.
It's the first line of the Inferno. Gardner to Kloss.
And it looks like we might have a penalty here. Or no, the net just has come off, so we get a stoppage of play, and we'll get a face-off in the Steel zone.
We have the Inferno's first line here. A lot of Canadians on here. Gardner, Biergaard.
Yeah, it definitely helps when you live in a place where there's a lot of ice time opportunities. I think that's really the main thing here that people look for, is the ability to have more time on the ice so they can practice, get their skating better.
Yeah, coming in blind in regards to the Inferno team, I'm noticing Gardner first and her speed, and a pretty hard shot.
And a nice little pass by Shields, just out of reach from Thorne as they come in 2-on-1. We got Shields at the back, passes it up to defense, and that's Richmond taking a shot. Ashley Richmond. We got Thorne playing it behind the net to Helen Murray, who just bides her time with it, looking for an option. And a little bit scrambly right now, and a sharp angle shot, and that misses everything as Richmond keeps it in. So good sustained zone pressure from the Steel here. And it really looks like you would have to give these first 8 minutes to the Steel. But they just got to make sure that the Steel keep their defensive positioning and don't give up those odd man rushes, because when you have so much offensive time and pressure, it can be easy for everyone to get sucked into the offensive zone and then leave players unguarded. And a nice save from Lachlan Hyde as she deals with that one easily with a glove save, no rebound, and we'll get a face-off in the Auckland Steel zone.
Shot from Guerin, and was that Lachlan's first save of the game?
Looks like we've had two shots based on this, so that might have been a second, but that might have been the first real one. And that's another nice save with the stick, as an awkward bouncing puck made her make a quick decision. And see them fighting for position, and it's Patron that comes away with it. Out to Jones, who looks for her winger, passes it to her winger, and just can't get it to the streaking Richmond in the middle. Jones with it, hard pass up to Hivgeti, her defensive partner, who plays it up. And that's Patchett, who puts it in. Jones with it, around to Mulari, and a nice pinch by Koviason, the Inferno defenseman.
Now Gordon takes it up.
And Gordon going around the net. Defended well, and Mulari comes away with it as she streaks through center ice. possible 2-on-1 here. And a nice low shot, but an even better save, and just out of reach from the Steel player, from Lily Hansen, who is looking dangerous in front of the net there. And Harold just sends it up. Nice little drop pass from Hansen to Mulari, who's looking for options. And that comes out of the zone, and that's going to go all the way down on the Inferno for icing, and we'll get a face-off in the Inferno zone.
Ref goes over to the Canterbury bench and says, wait, you're back in.
Yep, no change on the icing. And you can see that puck just out of reach from Hansen. But the Steel looking dangerous and definitely getting some high danger opportunities here. As that one's chipped out, played down by McLean, who gets it back and out of the Steel zone. So it looks like both teams having a relatively easy time getting into the other player's zone, but finding it difficult to set up, and that probably just has to do with the hustle of both teams and maybe the defensive strategy of having one person on the puck. As we have Harold behind the net with the puck, and that comes up to McLean, who misses it. And McLean plays it around the net to Harold, who's going to flick it out to Murray, who does well to get it up to Shields. And we're back into the Inferno zone with Gardner looking for options.
Thorne goes in deep and is able to get the puck from between two Inferno players.
And Murray plays it forward, looking for Shields, and just misses high, but that was a really nice cross-ice pass there from Murray and a really dangerous opportunity. And I'd really like to see a little bit more of that from the Auckland Steel, getting established in the Inferno zone and maybe not relying so much on those rush chances, but really getting established, building your offense, and then looking for those cross-crease passes, cross-ice passes to catch the goalie out of position and get a pretty uncontested shot in.
Yep. Yeah, they're doing well with the forecheck so far. There was a real thorn on their side.
Absolutely. And a little bit of
we got our first penalty here.
Penalty action, jostling in front of the net, as that looked like it was Hefford whacking away at it. And it looks like we're going to get our first penalty of the game here. We'll just wait to see.
Number 9,
the refs. Looks
Gardner.
Like Gardner. So she's one of their better defensemen, Marcus. So it'll be interesting to see how the Inferno manage against an absolutely stacked Auckland Steel power play without one of their best defensemen.
And we'll get to see the Steel power play in action.
First look at the power play, yep. And a nice screen shot there from Murray. That comes away. And the Inferno will get it all the way down the ice. And a good forecheck by Kloss to win that battle. Try and take some time off the clock there. As they come away with it. And it looks like Murray, who just manages it to get to Hansen. Hansen to Shields, and a bit of a dangerous pass. It looks like Murray coming away with it, and a sliding save to break that up.
That was a great play, defensive play from Guerin.
Yeah.
The Inferno.
And yeah, it looked like Murray had tons of time to walk in, and maybe she just waited just a split second too long. You know, she's got a lethal shot. As the Inferno failed to clear the zone, and a little bit of a battle along the board. So the Inferno looking like they're putting a lot of pressure here on the penalty kill, and that's kind of giving it a hard time for the Auckland Steel to set up. But as we've got Jones and Mulari playing pass, some of the better passers.
This is a good-looking power play
yeah,
so far.
This is probably their main power play unit. And just off the side of the net is Patron, as she gets a really nice feed from Mulari there.
having that Patron shot there on the right.
Yeah, the Patron
slot.
one-timer.
That's a dangerous
As
weapon.
Jones and Mulari, play pass again, just setting it up, looking for options, looking for people out of position. And a great goal there from, that looks like
Horner Pasco. That was a world-class play.
Yeah, that was.
See, Jamie Jones gives it to Patron. Passes to the middle.
Corner Pasco just goes 5-hole, and what a just absolute. Once they had that time to get set up, Patron, Mulari, Jones able to move it around so well, and find Horner Pasco in the middle for a 2-0 Auckland Steel lead.
That was one of the better power plays I've seen in Auckland all year.
Yeah, 100%. It looked like, they definitely practiced that. They knew where each other were. And really, when you see a team passing around like that and just maintaining possession, it's really only a matter of time. But the Inferno are looking to counter quick as we have Kloss entering the zone, and block there by Harold, who fails to clear it out of the zone but does get it back to McLean, who's looking for something to do with it. Fails to get it out, and that one is pushed ahead by Bruce. As that's chipped out to Biergaard. Biergaard looking for someone there. She drops it off for Kloss. Kloss and Tunnicliffe were fighting for it and kept in briefly, but Tunnicliffe comes away with it. She's looking to push it forward. And a nice stick there by Richmond as she breaks up a dangerous looking
Tarian, number 19.
Tarian. Yeah, that was a nice little rush from Tarian. Oh, and a deflection from Tarian as well in front of the net. As it looks like the Steel are just getting a little bit hemmed in their own zone, as you see Lily Hansen just down there trying to get it out, and it looks like they can, and here we got Tarian coming away with it.
Nice job protecting the puck with her body.
Yeah, Theron, and a couple great saves there from Hyde as this puck finally gets out of their zone, and Hansen will dump it down.
For an icing.
And just fails to get over the red line to get it in. So in order to make sure that it's not an icing, you have to at least clear the red line, the big red stripe in the middle of the ice. And so she failed to do that, and so we're going to get them all the way back down into the Steel zone for a face-off. And we've definitely got some tired bodies out there, it looks like. So we'll see if the Inferno can't capitalize on that. As Hansen comes away with it and plays it back to McLean. McLean looking for something to do with it. Puts it up the ice. And the Steel can make the final change that they were looking for as Patchett comes in for the Inferno. Gets it down to Richmond, who drops it off. Number 4. To McLean. Corner Pasco with it now. As she dangles around everyone, it just loses it, and it goes back into the Steel zone. So some good pressure here from the Inferno right now. As that one comes up to Mulari, she's looking to skate with it. And she just sends it cross ice to Hansen, who's coming down on the wing. And good stick there by Gardner, who breaks that one up as it comes to Jones, their captain. And she sends it in, and it looks like we'll get another Steel change. So they're definitely rolling lines quickly here. That helps them keep that energy so they can continue their offensive pressure. And some good moves there by Mulari. That comes up to Jones, and a goal! Jamie Jones off a great feed by Mulari makes it 3-0, as that's another low shot. Looked like 5-hole again. Yeah. And we've got a 3-0 game here, Marku.
Yeah. Mulari dangles it into the center zone and loses it a little bit, but Jamie Jones grabs it, and she's got a wicked wrister and finds it back of the net.
And she fires it, looks like 1 inch off the ice, 5-hole. Couldn't write it up any better. So just a great offensive pressure here from the Steel, and everyone getting involved, defense, offense.
At this point, we want to thank all the sponsors and supporters. So special mention to Auckland Steel. I'd like to thank Moorcroft Hazardous Material Management for their support for the 2024 season. Yeah, these girls pay to play, and they need all the support they can get. So thank you for Moorcroft.
Absolutely, and as two hockey players ourselves, Marku, we know ice time doesn't come cheap. Gear's not cheap. Nothing about ice hockey is cheap. So any support helps, and with all the fans here, it looks like we've got a packed out stadium here. Definitely good opportunity to get eyes on your brand if you're looking to help the Auckland Steel in their 2024 campaign to defend their title, as we get a shot there from, look like Shields. So you got to say at least 75% of this game right now, Mark, is being played in the Inferno end, which as the coach for the Auckland Steel, you have to love, because it's pretty hard for them to score on you when you're playing.
And we knew Steel was going to have a strong lineup for this season. They've got a good team play as well. They're showing it. It's going to be a hard night for Inferno.
Absolutely, and a 3-goal deficit's nothing that you can't come back from, but with the way that the Steel are playing, you would definitely think that there's more on the horizon for them. As that puck's whacked at in front, and Patron manages to pull it out from the dog pile in front of the net and tuck it around the far side of Morgulis to make it 4-0.
A Bobby Orr-esque move there from Patron.
Absolutely, as she goes flying over.
Goes backhand, forehand, and flies, and able to get across the goalie here.
And that's just that sustained pressure of the Auckland Steel making those opportunities in front of the Inferno net, and eventually the puck will bounce your way, and if you're Johnny on the spot, like Book Patron there, little tap-in goal, and you got yourself a 4-0 game. And she's probably pretty close to a hat trick, Marku, if not.
2 goals in the first period. Yeah, she's going for it. It's a pretty interesting lineup with Steel. Patron is centering the third line, so she's going to be not facing their first lines too much, so the line matching is pretty daunting for Inferno.
Yeah, absolutely. If you would not want to see her streaking down against you, that's for sure, if you were a defenseman. And some nice passing there between Richmond and her defensive partner. Looks like. And there's Richmond behind the net now, looking for something to do with it, but it's stolen by the Inferno, and then Lalonde comes up with it as she pushes it up to Hefford, who sends it into the zone. And will we get an icing? Yes, we will. And we will get a face-off down in the Steel zone.
Yep. And thank you also for sponsors. Do you have IT problems? Contact Nice IT, the nice guys in IT, for all your needs. I can vouch for these guys. I work for them. They make great projects. So if you got any IT needs, contact Nice IT.
If you've exhausted the turn it off and then turn it back on method, call those guys. That's about the extent of my IT knowledge.
Yeah. They do good consulting, so any issues you might have, contact them.
And we got Patron coming in hard, and a nice play by Lalonde there to break that one up. Or was that was Richmond, actually, sorry. And a nice stick save there by Hyde, as there was some traffic in front of the net, and she manages to direct that into the corner. And some good pressure here by the Inferno as Bruce comes away with it behind the net. She's looking for something to do with it. Manages to get it forward, but can't get it all the way in. And as she pulls someone down to the ice, it looks like we'll have a power play for the Inferno. As the Inferno come away with it, now they've got an extra person on the ice. Let's see if they can make the most of it on a 6-on-5 with their goalie pulled. And a little bit of a scramble in front of the net, and it looks like a goal there.
It goes in. Kovieson, number 4.
Number 4, Kovieson, manages to whack it in on the doorstep, as a delayed penalty for the Auckland Steel means 6-on-5. They were one person down, and Inferno were able to capitalize on it. And that was pretty good going of them, Marker, because it's pretty hard on a delayed penalty, because not only are thinking about trying to score, but you're also thinking about puck possession there.
Yeah.
Because once the other team touches it, you know,
yeah,
whistle blows and you get a reset.
Yeah, goalie wasn't able to cover it, so it's still in play, and they were able to whack it in. And here we go.
And it looks like that's
Guerin
coming in.
Speedy Guerin.
Yeah, speedy, shifty. Everything you want in a winger. As that's pushed forward by Hivgeti. And a little bit of a scramble here. And another goal by the Inferno as, is that Guerin or Biergaard potentially?
Biergaard goes first for the high fives. Here we see on replay as they shove it in, and there was that backhand from number 6.
And that was Kloss with the backhand. Yeah, so that is a little bit scrambly. And you can see that line actually is giving the Steel a lot of problems there as they're getting some really good offensive time. And they'll chip it in. And Steel, after a 4-goal lead, Inferno have managed to cut that down to half. So we'll have to see here how the Steel respond. If they can keep their composure. Some good offensive pressure from the Inferno as it looks like they've found some new life, and Harold manages to get it up to Thorne, who chips it forward, and that finds its way to Shields, who just can't get it to Murray as a dangerous looking 2-on-1 was developing. And that one's gotten out of the zone as McLean manages to get it into the Inferno zone, and no icing there as that's deflected in. As Thorne gets it, and she's looking to make a pass to the center. McLean pinching, comes in, and that one's going to rim all the way around, and Harold's going to find it, but a good pinch there by Theron, and that will be the period. So a good flurry of action there, Marku, at the end.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like Inferno has made this a game despite the pretty powerful dominance by Steel. At the end, they did what they needed to do. They pushed that forecheck, brought a lot of energy, and pucks on net.
Absolutely, pucks on net. And they don't ask how it goes in, they just ask how many. So a couple bangs and whacks at the puck in front of the net, and that eventuates into 2 goals for the Inferno and cuts that lead to half. So a little bit of a mixed period here for the Auckland Steel with, you know, before the last 2 minutes of the game, you would have to think, what could they do better? And then it looked like the Inferno found their legs and made it into a hockey game. So a little bit of a mixed period here for the Steel. They're probably going to go away, have some things to talk about. Same for the Inferno. And it'll be really interesting to see how these teams come out and respond after a 6-goal first period. Yeah,
and before we go to intermission, this is a game 2 of a 2-game series between Inferno and Steel. And next one is tomorrow at Paradise Botany, 4:45 p.m. So don't miss that action live if you're able to go there. Get your tickets at iaha.org.nz. Doors open at 4:15 p.m. But we'll be back for the second period. Kia ora and welcome back to some NZWIHL action here in Auckland, New Zealand. Steel and Inferno are just getting back on the ice for the second period. Looks like Inferno has made this a game with just a 2-goal game with that late first round push that they had. So Zan, what do you think is this going to be?
Yeah, I mean, 18 minutes into the first period, you would have said this game is all Auckland Steel with a 4-0 lead and a healthy margin of shots on goal, but the Inferno were able to answer back with 2 quick ones, and we've got a game, and it'll be interesting to see how both teams come out and respond, because you'd have to say finishing that period, all the momentum looked like it was with the Inferno, so we'll have to see what the coaches say to the Steel, able to settle them down, saying, look, our game was working. We got 4 goals in that first period and a lot of shots on net, and for the Inferno as well, don't change what you're doing, because you were able, within those last 2 minutes, you were able to pot 2-1. So
see if they're able to maintain that high energy forecheck that we saw in the end of the period.
Absolutely. And we'll see how the power play pans out, because it looked like the Steel were really dominant on their power play opportunities. As Gardner comes away with the puck, and that goes down to Jones, and that's sent in by Gardner to be handled by Pascoe, who gives a long stretch pass up to Lily. And that'll be Biergaard that comes down and handles that, as she's harassed by Hansen. Hansen able to tie her up and win the puck and puts it back, but it's Gardner who comes away, or Kloss who comes away with it. And Kloss looking to push that forward, but Pascoe with a nice stick check, and she managed to come away with it to Mulari, but that pass just a little too hot to handle. And she'll look to cycle it back to Hansen. Hansen flips it back to Pascoe. A little bit of a cycle going there, and Mulari comes away with it. Mulari looking for something to do. As her and Lily Hansen play catch, and Hansen sends it out to Pascoe, but that bounces off her skates, and that goes out to
that is Guerin.
And Steel touch up, and it looks like we'll get a hooking call on the Auckland Steel captain Jones, as Guerin was able to beat her with some speed and really force Jones to make a desperate defensive play there. And we'll look to see Inferno on their first power play, because their first goal was on the delayed power play, so we haven't seen a 5-on-4 yet. As that puck is won by the Inferno. Patchett sends it down to number 4 for the Inferno. Her and Gardner play pass, and that is handled by McLean, and a good keep-in by the Inferno.
Patchett, number 21.
And a wraparound try, and a bouncing puck by Shield as she tries to get it out, and that one goes to Harold, who tries to clear the zone but can't. So some good pressure here by the Inferno. And that puck almost gets out, but Kovacin able to keep that in for the Inferno. So some really good pressure here by the Inferno on their first power play. Looking really reminiscent of the Steel power play, actually. As a nice stick save by Hyde, pushes that one into the corner and recovered by Kovacin. And a deflection there. Wraparound try, and unable to get anything on that is Guerin. And Shield tries to get that out. Hyde with the save, and it looks like the Steel will finally be able to get that down into the Inferno zone. So a good-looking power play there to start, as Rachel Richmond comes away with it, and that's stolen by Kloss. Kloss streaking in, just curls up looking for an option, goes to Guerin, and a nice deflection in front by Biergaard, it looks like, and that one goes up to Rachel Richmond, who puts a shot on, and a low blocker save by Morgulis. As Patron comes in, Patron looking for Richmond, who's centering pass misses her. And Guerin giving chase, but that's won by Ashley Richmond. And that puck finds its way to Patron, who sends it back to Ashley Richmond, who sends it up to Rachel Richmond. A Richmond connection there. And Rachel Richmond battling with it, but it's Gieran who comes away with it. And one by Patron, who tries to go inside, outside, but a good defensive play there by the Inferno to keep her from that. And an awkward bouncing puck there comes up. No one knows where it is, and it's in front of the net. And Gieran comes away with it, and now we've got a 2-on-1 with Gieran and Patchett, and a great sick breakup there from Ashley Richmond, preventing a pretty dangerous-looking 2-on-1, and we finally get a whistle.
It's an important defensive play by Richmond there.
Absolutely.
2-on-1, broken up.
Good 2-on-1 opportunity there for the Inferno as pinching Jones just gets caught. Looked like Jones. And
I think the ref's arguing for an too many players penalty.
Yeah, it does look like they're talking
six
to the
six fingers.
Yeah, so we do get a bench minor assessed to the Canterbury Inferno for too many players on the ice. And we'll get another look at that lethal Auckland Steel power play. And if you're the Auckland Steel, you'd be pretty happy with that as a little bit of a momentum builder.
Yeah. Hoagland goes to sit that team penalty.
And that's one out to Mulari, and a nice hard shot, but handled with a glove save by Morgulis, the Inferno goalie, who's equal to the task. And we will get another face-off. Oh, and a snipe by Brooke Patron goes top corner off a beautiful face-off win by Horner Pascoe. And that makes it 5-2, and I believe that is the hat trick for Patron.
That is a hat trick. Throw in your hats, Auckland. Brooke Patron has all the space and a couple of days time to put that in the top corner.
Absolutely, and she priority airmails that right to the top corner, knocking the bottle off. That's a goal scorer's goal if I've ever seen one, Marku. And let's see if the Steel can find some life in that as Harold plays it around to McLean. McLean sends it up to Murray, who, nice keeping by Gardner there, as that goes up to Shields. Shields looking to make a move, and does, and sends it forward, and Kloss handles that. As Patchett comes in one-on-one, and a nice stick by McLean to break that up. As we get a save from Hyde.
Gordon tries to small angle shot after taking the puck in the zone.
Yeah, and it really looks like the Steel are doing a good job keeping the Inferno to the outside, making them take poor shots. You know, you really want to limit your opportunities for the offensive team to shoot in front of the net. You want to push them to the side where the goalie can get big and really not leave a gap for that puck to come in. As that's sent down to the Inferno, who managed to send that up to someone, and that's Patchett, who manages to push it in, handled by McLean, looking for something to do with it to her defensive partner, Harold, who chips it forward to Shields. He then loses it, and that finds its way back to McLean. McLean looking for something to do with it behind her own net, and she sends it forward to Murray, but that's picked off by the Inferno, who give a hard shot, but a nice glove save by Hyde handles that one, and Steel will get a much-needed change.
Big thank you to Hello Window, the window cleaning guys, for supporting the Steel in their quest for back-to-back championships this season. So thank you, Hello Window, for your support.
And that's one to Richmond, who's looking to turn on the gas, and she had, and a collision there. It looks like Hefford's slow to get up, but she does, so it doesn't look like anyone injured on the play as Gardner drops it off to Guerin. Kloss, behind the net, passes it to Guerin. Guerin finds a centering pass, backhand, and a great save by Hyde. as it looked like Bogard potentially with the spinning backhand. And that was a dangerous shot and a really good centering pass by Kloss there.
Yeah, that was a good turn and a backhand. Dangerous shot. Good save from Lachlan.
Richmond sends it forward to Patron. Patron looking, and a nice shot there and a little bit of a shove in front. Guerin gives streaking Hefford a little bit of a shove, and it looks like a couple people get entangled, a couple words exchanged, but nothing will come of it.
Patron looks super dangerous.
Absolutely.
Striking down. She's got that speed and a wicked wrister.
Yeah, and I mean, she's got a hat trick, and there's still half a game of hockey left, so that really speaks for itself.
I dare say we might see a few more from her at this pace.
Definitely looks like it, as a really strong battle in the corner there from Mulari and Hansen, and they come away with it. Horner Pascoe manages to step in to Mulari, back to Horner Pascoe, and just fails to find someone on the back door, but that was wide open. Hansen looking for something to do with it, sends it up to Hivgeti, who finds Hansen, people fighting for it, and Jones comes in just unable to corral it, and she sends it into the corner behind for Pascoe. So a really nice dominant shift here for the Auckland Steel, getting good offensive pressure, and Mulari, and a nice, it looked like a save there from one of the defensemen as they block that shot. Hansen coming away with it. 1-on-4, she goes around, looking to jam it forward, and just missing out, and Jones scramble. No one really knows where the puck is. And that puck exits the zone, and the Inferno are kind of stuck here with that long change as they have to go all the way 3/4 up the ice to get off the ice and get a change, and Morgulis does well to get a whistle there to get a tired Inferno group off for some fresh bodies.
Yeah, that was a long shift for that inline line for Steel as well. They've got some good playmaking. They find each other. They're quick passes.
Absolutely. They know where each other's going to be, and you can really see that. They got some good chemistry. So that's definitely a dangerous looking line. And this is one as well, Murray, Thorne, and Shields. As that sent forward to Patchett, and we'll get an offside as Patchett just slow to enter the zone.
Or a fastest winger.
Yeah, fast winger.
We're not assigning blame here. It's
and it looks like Shields will be taking the face off, and she was part of the Inferno, a key part of the Inferno last year. And we've got another offside. So 2 offsides. Cancel each other out.
Everyone's eager here.
Everyone's eager to get in on the
score.
rush.
It's only 5-2.
And it looks like both teams have kind of adjusted from the first period, where it seemed like they were able to get into the other team's zone with ease, and they're really clogging up that zone as Harold sends it in, tries to get it in deep. And it seems like much more of the game now is played in the neutral zone as McLean comes away with it. Nice low hard shot as Gardner and Murray battle for it behind the net, and it looks like Murray's going to come away with it in the corner. Centering pass, but that's picked off by Gardner, who builds up some speed behind the net and then passes it to Bogard. That's taken by Harold, who sends it forward to Murray, and a nice save there by Hyde. And a little bit of a scrambly puck, and McLean comes away with it and able to get it out of the zone. As Gardner comes in, hard low shot. And some good pressure from the Inferno. This is one of their better lines here. And that's pushed forward And looks like we'll get a change there for the steal. And a long stretch pass looking for Gardner there. And hit from behind by Hefford. And that's a penalty no matter who the ref is, Marku.
Yeah, Hefford gets 2 minutes for interference here. I don't know if you watch any PWHL, but the women's game is pretty physical. Like, even though you're not allowed to check, there's a lot of contact in the game.
Yeah, and hockey is just inherently a contact sport, so it's really difficult to, you know, take that all the way out. But I think on that one, it was a case of her just lining her up.
Yeah, interference is another thing altogether.
And now we'll see an Inferno power play. Back to Gardner. Patron manages to get it deep.
So we got the Inferno top line here, do we?
We got Theron.
Nope. We got Gordon.
And then Gordon looking to enter the steal zone and does.
Koviesen, not the top line, but we'll see how they do.
As she's pushed down to the ground by Richmond. Say play on, and a couple bodies there flying all over the place. As that's sent down, and
a lot of wrestling going on.
A lot of wrestling. As Theron and Lolandi will jostle for it in the corner. That's played up to Gardner. Gardner along the boards, looking to get it back to her D. Gardner with it now, setting up. Up to D, and a nice block, and Richmond manages to get it short-handed. Corner Pasco, and we'll see if she can get an opportunity, and she gets a nice low shot there. And I think that puck was just a little bit too far in front of her. If maybe it was a meter back, she would have had all the time to make a move. But she was kind of forced there to take a tough angle shot with, you know.
Yeah, just get a quick shot in. No dangles this time from Pasco.
As that is won by the Inferno. And they'll send it up to Guerin. And a nice pinch by Jones. Has that puck come out to Mulari, who's looking to maybe go off the back of Morgulis, but unable to do so. And Mulari and Gardner will fight for it. Gardner coming away with it. And it looks like we're going to get another penalty here. And that one's going to be on the steal again. So just as they get Hefford out of the box, we get another penalty
for Hidwegi.
And that looks like an illegal hit for Hivgeti.
Looked like a good hit.
It looked like a good hit. An illegal one, but a good one. And it's just tough when you're a defenseman and you're dealing with someone fast like Duren coming down the wing. You want to cut them off, and you don't want to get cut puck watching, you know, because you probably get walked around. So
yeah, you got that chance. You line it up, and it's hard to take it back.
Absolutely, Hidvegi elects to play the body on that one, and she'll sit for 2 minutes. Kovison loses it, and McLean tries to get it out, but Theron keeps it in. Theron out to Gardner. Gardner with a shot and a goal. The Inferno strike back and make it 3-5.
Puck drops in front of the net and it's banged in. Identical to the other Inferno goals,
and
really.
That looks like
Koviesen for another goal.
So the Inferno just trying to get a shot on and then swarming around the net, looking for that rebound. And that's 5-3. So the Inferno definitely have life. And after being down 4-0 at the midway point of the first period, they've come back and it's now 5-3. And the Inferno are looking really dangerous here. Their top line giving heaps of problems for the Auckland Steel.
That's right, and they do have a pattern. It's getting those pucks in and net front presence.
Absolutely, and look to see if the Steel respond to that, maybe try to box them out a little more.
And that's covered.
But two penalties definitely hurt the Steel there.
We hope you're enjoying this heart-stopping action. On that note, a big thank you to AED New Zealand, the cardiac equipment specialists. So thank you for your support, AED NZ. Patron comes away with the puck, but it goes offside. Steel can't touch it.
And yet we'll enter back into the Inferno zone as that puck is chipped up. And Richmond comes in. That kept in by Richmond. And a streaking Guerin tries to chase that down, but Lolandi does well to corral that, but it ends up back in the Steel zone. And that comes up to Richmond. Richmond entering the zone with speed, and a nice diving play by Guerin there breaks that up. Hefford is pinned in the boards there by Guerin, and she battles for it. And a weird puck just kind of rolls along the top railing of the boards and enters the
bounces
Steel
on top
zone.
of Jones.
As Mulari enters the zone now with a couple slick moves to cut to the middle, but that's broken up by the Inferno team. As Theron and Jones will race for it. Jones coming away with it, kicks it up the board, but no winger home there. As that briefly kept in, but then pushed out of the zone, and Horner Pascal will come away with it, looking for Lily Hansen, but unable to get there, and that's just shot all the way in by Jones. And the Steel will look to get on the forecheck here. And a good idea, just get that puck deep, especially when this line's out there. They get good pressure, they've got good knowledge of where each other is. Don't overcomplicate it, as Hansen comes away with it, looking to get it out into the front of the net, and it looks like we're gonna get a tripping penalty here against the Inferno. Lily Hansen doing well to draw a tripping penalty. And the Inferno will sit, and we'll get a 2-minute power play here for the Auckland Steel, who've been really good on the power play tonight. And we'll see if they can continue that.
Yeah, 100% tripping penalty. They threw a stick in the Hansen's spoke of the wheels.
And that is won by the Steel. Sent forward to Richmond, who tries to kick it out to Murray, but sent all the way down the ice by the Inferno, Steel will look to regroup. Richmond up to Murray, who goes tries to go cross ice to Shields, but that is deflected by the Inferno, but Shields still gets there. Shields circling now, looking for her options. Up to Richmond. Richmond looking for her options to Mulari. Back to Richmond. Richmond sets up shot, and a good save by Morgulis. That's Hansen here. Hansen up to Murray, who sort of fans on the pass there, and Kovison is able to get that deep, but not quite all the way into the zone. And that kind of hit like a snow spot there, and puck just stopped. Horner Pasco with it now. Chips it up, but no one home. And that goes to Mulari. Mulari looking for something to do, and she just has nothing, so she sends it in. Good option there as Patron streaking in. And Patron there up to Jones. Jones to Patron, and that finds its way to Horner Pasco. And a little bit of shoving in front of the net there with Morgulis. And that's the second time she's really gotten involved, so look to keep an eye on that. See if the officials let her get away with it, or maybe they call her for a penalty. And it's always funny when the goalie gets a penalty, because one of the skaters has to go sit.
Yeah, Koviasen shoved Thorne on top of Morgulis, and they have a discussion about it. So only a 2-goal game now, despite the dominance of possession play with Steel.
And that puck finds its way to Patron, but a nice stick there by Kloss. Either Kloss or Guerin. Managed to deflect that up into the netting. And that's how Patron scored last time, kind of far away off a face-off top corner. So it looks like they're going to sit someone real tight on her. Don't give her that time to load up for a shot. Thorn gets that, pushes it to Patron. Patron in the corner here, looking for her options. Patron circling, drops it off to Jones. Jones blocked by Gurin, but comes away to Patron. Oh, and a bouncing puck there. Just bounces wide off of Horner Pascoe's shot. Kept in nicely by Patron. Finds its way down to the Inferno. They're going to swing it around, see if they can clear it, and a nice pinch by Mulari there. And Gardner battling for it, but Mulari is going to come away with it. Mulari circling and finds Jones. Jones loads up, and a hard shot, but that's deflected in front, maybe off of a Steel player. As Thorn battles for it behind the net, and that finds its way to Mulari. So good pressure here, and that just skips over Shield's stick. And Gardner coming down.
It's Kloss.
Kloss, sorry.
And now Mulari to the other end.
Mulari drops it off for Pascoe, who takes a tough angle shot, but that's deflected there by Theron. Mulari with it now. Up to Shields, who sends it in, and Morgulis handles that one easily. So a lot of back and forth action here, Marku, with it looks like, just as it looks like the Steel is setting up in the Inferno zone, it looks like the Inferno get a rush chance, and it's all on, and we got a 5-3 game.
As the Stanley Cup Finals have shown us, the hockey's pretty unpredictable game.
Anything can happen at any time. As that puck is chipped in by Theron, Harold gives chase on the net. Harold comes away with it, and her and the Inferno player battle for it, and it's won by the Inferno, it looks like. As Bruce gets in, and she just tries to chip it forward, but can't do it, but it comes to McLean, who sends it forward. And that's Theron, and she takes a wide angle shot.
Barnett keeps it in.
And Harold comes away with it, and she'll chip it forward. And that will go down for icing.
All right. So the New Zealand Ice Hockey Federation and Ice Hockey Australia are pleased to announce the 2024 Trans-Tasman Challenge between New Zealand Ice Ferns and the Aussie Flyers. There's a 2-game series will be played in Newcastle, New South Wales on Saturday, October 19th and Sunday, October 20th. So that's going to be a cool event because we haven't seen, I haven't seen Ice Ferns play Australia.
Yeah, I haven't either, and it sounds like it's something that's just been reintroduced. Maybe they've done it a couple years ago, but it's just been reintroduced. So that'll be a real good opportunity, kind of in addition to the international tournaments that these girls get. Good opportunity to get some hockey around that level and help build them up for the international tournament that's going to be taking place later this year in Dunedin.
Yeah.
And we'll get another Steel penalty or power play here as that comes up to Jones. Jones and Mulari play catch. Mulari with it now, looking for options up to Jones. And tries to force that pass to Patron, who works her way in the corner up to Jones. Back to Patron, to Jones. Jones at the top of the circle, tries to feed it through and maybe get a deflection there out front, but can't find it. Mulari to Jones. Jones to Patron. Patron center pass and unable to get it, and puck's bouncing around. And finally get a whistle. And it looks like Morgulis comes away with that puck as all bodies descend in front of the net there.
Auckland Steel with relentless power play. They got like 5 chances on that. Here we see Patron gets it to Mulari, who takes a one-timer. And everyone seems to get one whack at the puck, but there's a lot of bodies on the goal line. Doesn't go in.
Absolutely. The Inferno win that puck, and it's Thorne who comes away with it. Thorne sends it up to Mulari. Mulari finds Jones, back to Mulari. Back to Jones. Jones to Patron. Patron with a high shot. That's blocked by Morgulis.
Well covered by Morgulis.
Patron with it now, trying to find Mulari coming into the middle, but can't, and that gets sent all the way down. And Hyde will play that puck. We get a whistle here.
A whistle for something.
Oh, we have an Inferno player holding her hand.
Looks like an injury situation, so the refs call the play. Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. It looked like it maybe was behind the play, or
might have gotten a hit in the throat. Whether it was a puck or a stick. Both teams are concerned about the players' safety, first of all. Yeah, looks like a high stick situation. So the staff is checking out her head, face area, if she's okay. After taking that high stick, there's no call on the play.
And it looks like she is up now and heads to the bench.
She gets a lot of stick taps and claps from the audience. Seems like she's okay for now, so got a bit of a scare there. Captains are having a chat with the refs, if anyone saw anything or we're gonna call anything.
Looks like we'll play on, but maybe a center ice draw as the Steel still with 43 seconds left on the man advantage here. In a 5-3 game where the Inferno have battled back from a 4-0 deficit within what seemed like the first 10 minutes. Inferno with the puck, and they get it deep, and that's chased down by Hefford. Hefford sends it forward to Shields. Shields to Murray, who enters the zone. Murray with the shot, and a good save by Morgulis. Shields comes away with it, centers it. Hefford comes up with the puck. Hefford looking for her options. Backhand by Shields. Oh, and just wide by Hefford on a nice follow-up drive. She's taken down, and that will be the period. So a couple good opportunities there to close out the period as we have a 5-3 game.
Yeah, we see Murray on the breakaway. Doesn't.
And it looks like she just wanted to elevate that maybe over the right pad of Morgulis, but just couldn't get enough on it. Bouncing puck. End of the period. Yep. Ice is choppy.
Yeah, that's right. Looked like she was maybe going for a little deke there, but then, yeah, choppy ice, and you just take the chance you can. So it's still a 2-goal game. Yeah. We still have a game on our hands. third period coming up.
Absolutely. Definitely still have a game, and at this point, you got to be giving your props to Morgulis, the goalie for the Inferno. I mean,
definitely.
She's
Good
faced
point.
40 shots here, and 5 have gone in, so 35 saves on a relentless Auckland Steel team with tons of offensive pressure and offensive firepower, and yeah, she's just answered the task.
With the way Steele is moving the puck, she's done a great job of staying in focused and in front of it. So a lot of shots are hitting her. She's just well positioned. So good on Morgulis. Kia ora, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to third period action. Auckland Steel against Canterbury Inferno. We start the period in just a 2-goal game here. Steel has been dominating in the possession-wise and strong power plays, but the Inferno has been very energetic on the forecheck, and because of their tenacious in-front play in front of the net, they've been able to score 3 goals and still in the game. So Sam, we're about to start. What are your thoughts about the third period?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we kind of find ourselves really in a situation similar to the second period where it was all Steel for the first part of that game, and then, you know, started the second period, it was 4-2, and it looked like Inferno had a lot of momentum, and then that second period, you know, it was a little bit of a chess match. It didn't look like any team really wanted to give the other team too much, and so we say pretty deadlocked, and so it'll be really interesting here. I mean, the Steel have a 2-goal lead, so it's really up to them to shut the Inferno out. But the way that their goalie has been playing, Morgulis, you know, handling 40 shots, you'd have to say that the Steel aren't celebrating too early, and definitely still feel like this is anyone's game.
That's right. Some of my highlight picks from the Inferno, definitely number 10, Garen. Fast and a good shot. She's been
yeah, absolutely. Garen's been a real powerhouse there on the wing.
As well as their goalie, Morgulis.
Absolutely, as Hefford battles with it for the Inferno. And Patron comes away with it, gives it a little bit of confusion there whose puck it is, but it looks like Patron's going to come away with it. Tries to find Richmond, but it goes between her legs and goes down in the zone, and we'll get an icing there on the play. So, yeah, definitely a couple key standouts there. I mean, Patron with hat trick in, 20 minutes of the game?
Yep.
25 minutes. You've got to just really look at the Steel power play as a whole and be really happy with what you see there. Really good puck movements and really good opportunities. And if it wasn't for Morgulis shutting down a couple of those cross-ice passes, you could say that their power play would definitely have a couple more goals. So special teams really been the difference here.
Yeah, look, in the beginning it looked like Steel are going to score on every power play they have. It's looking very strong.
Definitely. Hefford battling with Kloss there, who pushes it up to Gurin. Kloss there, sorry, trying to push it forward into the Steel zone. A little bit of a collision there. And Richmond swipes at the puck, but Gurin keeps it in. With Patron looking for her options, but ricochets to Gurin, who goes to the center of the ice, and Hefford comes away with it. Hefford trying to find Mulari, who does. Mulari coming down, takes a shot, and just wide from Mulari. That misses everything. Hivgeti now with the puck, looking for her D partner in Jones, but just out of her reach. Jones will go and collect that puck and send it back to Hivgeti, who looks to get it out of the zone. And that finds Patron, who's still on the ice there. It's a bit of a long shift for her. Doesn't look tired at all, though.
Oh, she wouldn't be. Great fitness on that athlete. And
a interesting centering pass there, and a blocked shot by Hivgeti. And that puck goes around to Theron. Theron's another standout player. I think she's really hustled on both ends of the ice, and she's contributed a lot to their offense tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
We've got a foot race between Hansen and the ref.
And that goes icing. The Auckland Steel would like to thank Print Plus. Print Plus brings you the latest and greatest technology in printing and imaging. For all your printing needs, make sure you go to Print Plus. So thanks, Print Plus, for supporting New Zealand women's ice hockey and Auckland Steel.
And that face-off is won by Guerin.
Patron is relieved to get off the ice.
And Mulari battles down there. That puck finds its way to Hivgeti, who sends it down. Mulari collects it from behind the net. There's Horner Pascoe with it. She cycles it down to Hansen. Hansen with the puck now. Looking for her options, up to Hivgeti. Hivgeti takes a shot, and a goal! Hivgeti off the Inferno defenseman makes it 6-3, and Marco, I wouldn't be...
Let's have a look on a replay, because it looks like puck hits something. Yeah, it's the Inferno defense. Hits her in the knee
and then redirects, but that's got to be Hivgeti's first goal of the NZWIHL, so that's an awesome feeling. And congrats to her, yeah. And a really pivotal goal there, because you really don't want to make it a one-goal game, and she's just extended that lead to 3.
That was a big insurance goal.
That was a really big insurance goal.
Congratulations, Hidwegi. That was a beautiful shot.
And streaking in, and a nice defensive play by Harold there to break that up, as it looked like Biergaard coming in hard there, and we got Theron behind the net. Just sends it to McLean, gives McLean a shove, and that's out to Murray. Murray to Shields, and no icing is waved off there, as Thorin comes away with it and gets a nice backhand shot there, and it looks like we're going to get
delayed penalty.
Get a penalty here, and we'll see who's it on. And it looks like no one really knows who the penalty is, but it looks like it's going to be on the steal here on Thorin for a high stick. Let's see if we can see where that high stick was. But just like that, the Auckland steal, after getting a big insurance goal from Hivgeti, will go out there and try to defend their 3-goal lead. And the Inferno will try to get one back here with just under 4 minutes played into the third. That's won by Patron, and Gieran collects that to Richmond, who's checked hard by Theron in the corner.
Richmond looking around if there's going to be a penalty call, but there's none.
And Richmond
continue at Inferno power play.
Richmond harasses there in the corner, finds Patron. Patron with a shot and a great save by Morgulis off the top of her stick on a shorthanded opportunity from Patron off a great feed from Richmond. Patron there with 2 Inferno players on her, but manages to come away with it, and she's just killing time here off the clock. With the, even though it doesn't seem like it, the steal are on the power play, or on the penalty kill, sorry, and they are down, and that is cleared by Harold.
Great save back there from Morgulis on the shaft of her stick.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you got Patron there in the slot with all kinds of time, and she labels one for the top corner, and Morgulis just able to get it with the knob of her stick, and that's a great save to keep this game still competitive. Up to Kloss. Kloss here with it. Kloss breaks into the center, and a blocker save by Hyde, who punches that away. Collected here by Hivgeti. Hivgeti with it. Hansen and the Inferno player battle for it in the corner, joined by Hivgeti, and good job by the steal, just killing time, keeping it along the boards. And Jones tries to clear it but can't, and now she can and sends it all the way down the ice with 10 minutes left on the Inferno power play here. Let's see if they get one more chance.
Luckily, just 10 seconds.
Not 10 minutes, 10 seconds. And a goal!
And it's the story of the game. Inferno finds those pucks in front of the net and shooting them in.
Yeah, and a rebound there off a great shot. Turns into a backhand goal. Let's see if we can see it. A nice one-timer there and a backhand. And is that Biergaard?
Yep. We'll see who scored that. Looked like Biergaard.
And just like that, Inferno are back in this. Refusing to give up is the Inferno and keeping it a competitive game. So 2 goals for the Inferno to get, as that is gone up to Pied. Pied looking to get it deep and does. And Murray will go chase into the corner. Inferno come away with it. Richmond to Murray, who's taken out, and we're going to get a penalty here, a tripping penalty on the Inferno. So back and forth marker. You don't want to miss this one.
No. Here we see Helen Murray. Yep, that's a stick blade in her skates, and she goes flying. I guess you got to be careful. You're in charge of your stick, and that stick.
Yeah, and that
was a little bit careful.
Just took her out in that one, and we'll get to see the steel power play in action. And they were close on a couple of their previous attempts. Some great goaltending there. Let's see if they can convert.
And we love seeing the steel power play. See how they work this one.
Shields with the puck now. She sends a shot in and looking for a deflection but doesn't get it as Hansen comes away with it. Good job using her body there to actually shield the puck and win possession, but bouncing puck is lost, and that goes all the way down the ice. And Richmond will follow that up and look to get the power play started to Murray, who sends it to the middle, and not really sure where that one was going as that goes straight to Kovanis. And Richmond with it here, just looking to settle it down. That goes to Murray. Murray looking for a pass here, and that goes up to Hansen. Nice cross-ice pass. Hansen shows the puck like she's going to shoot and then pulls it around and brings it behind the steel net. Off to Malari. Malari always dangerous. Shifty little playmaker looking for options. Goes to Patron. Patron to Malari. Malari and Patron just play catch. Patron with a slap shot and a good block in front. Not sure if that was an Inferno player that blocked that or Morgulis. She finds Richmond. Richmond cross-ice past Mulari, who just a little bit too much on that to handle. Mulari looking for her options now. She sends it up to Patron. Patron back to Mulari. Mulari to Patron. Patron takes a shot and a good block there by
number 19,
Theron. And that goes up to Mulari. Mulari with it now. A little bit of time, a little bit of space. Set something up. She goes up to Jones. Jones back to Mulari. Mulari down to Horner-Pascoe. She finds Patron, and Patron just holds on to it for a little bit too long. And nice keep in there by Jones as she's able to get that in just on the line, keep the power play going. She sends it into Mulari, and we're back to 5-on-5 now. Horner-Pascoe with it now. And she looks to get a shot, but can't. Patron with it. Patron keeps it in. Finds Horner-Pascoe. Horner-Pascoe just drags it between the Inferno player's stick. Pascoe looking for that slap shot. She's tried to look for that a couple times. And a ricocheting puck there, and no one home, and it looks like we're going to get a 3-on-1 with Mulari hustling back, trying to find Guerin, and a great save by Hyde as she denies Guerin, and a bad change for the Steel almost results in a 3-on-0.
Crowd loves that save from Lachlan Hyde.
Absolutely, that's a huge save.
Another penalty coming up in that corner scrimmage.
And it looks like we're going to get...
Thorne gets another penalty.
Thorne goes straight back to the box there. It looks like.
Yeah, we see she pushes the Inferno player into the boards. I'm not sure what this is. The refs are saying it's a illegal check.
So we just got to look at the Auckland Steel power play. Now we'll get a look at the Auckland Steel penalty kill. And this is a huge kill for them and an even bigger power play for the Inferno to cut this goal deficit down to 1. As Murray gets shoved down to the ground by the Inferno, but the refs say play on. Gardner enters the zone. Gardner looking for her options. Sends it in front, and that is cleared by a combined effort of Shields and Murray on that one. And they go for a change, and the Inferno look to set up. And a fanned pass there by the Inferno player, and that comes to Hefford. Hefford there with a 2-on-1 and sends it to Richmond.
And it's a sliding save by Morgulis. Somehow she's able to get that puck that Hefford was able to pass it over.
Yeah, great effort there by both the steal by Hefford and Richmond there to create a 2-on-1 on a penalty kill, which you don't really see all that often. And Lalandi able to win that puck and get it deep, and she'll go for a change. So a good-looking penalty kill here for the Steel right now. Obviously, they recognize the importance of this penalty kill if they want to close this game out. That puck finds Kloss. Kloss enters the zone. Good puck protection as she's harassed by Jones, who goes falling. And that puck is pushed forward out of the zone into the Inferno zone, who look to regroup here with what looks like one last opportunity here on the man advantage. Up to Guerin. Guerin motoring in. Takes it wide, tough angle shot, and that misses everything. And the Steel have successfully killed that penalty off, and they got to be pretty happy about that. As that puck sent all the way around, good keep in there. And now, right on cue, Marku, we get to see a power play for the Auckland Steel.
Yes, once again. This game is back and forth, back and forth. Whether it's a goal, penalty, or a hit, or whatever. It's quite exciting for the crowd here.
Yeah, definitely. Crowd are loving it. And if you didn't get a chance to come down and watch in person, you get your chance tomorrow at Botany Ice Rink.
That's right. Where I'll be heading soon, because I got to let Sam finish off this game. I've got a game in Botany, so I'm letting you take it over. But before that, just a sponsor mention. So big shout out to all the Steel sponsors for the 2024 season. Moorcroft, Nice IT, Hello Window, AED NZ, and Print Plus. Thanks for your support all. And thank you all for listening. I'll be back tomorrow commentating this game with Sam. So thanks and good luck tonight.
Thanks, Marku. Good luck, mate. Theron streaking in here, and a good defensive play by Hansen. And that puck finds its way to Murray, who finds Jones, but just unable to handle it. And a good reception there from, it looks like Gardner. Gardner entering the Steel zone, harassed by Shields, who comes away with it. Good pressure here by the Inferno, obviously recognizing that they're 2 goals down. There's less than 8 minutes left. They have to get something going, and that might end up being a shorthanded opportunity. Patron unable to get that out as that sent back into the Auckland Steel zone. Patron looking for her options. She finds Horner Pascoe. Horner Pascoe coming in, takes it wide, off to Malari. Malari looking for her options. Waiting up. Now they get set up. Finds Jones. Jones with a nice low shot. Patron blasts it, and that is blocked by Morgulis and up into the netting. And some good pressure there by the Inferno to really force the Auckland Steel to play somewhat frantic on the man advantage. And the Auckland Steel looking to get set up, but unable to win that faceoff, and that goes all the way down into the Auckland Steel zone, and where Hyde collects it and sends it around for Jones. But she's harassed there, and it looks like we might get another penalty call against the Inferno as Hyde goes to the bench. And it looks like we'll get another advantage to the Auckland Steel here, as it looks like Guerin goes off for hooking. And a nice second opportunity here for the Auckland Steel to get an insurance goal to regain their 3-goal lead. And they've been close, and we'll see if they capitalize on this one. Puck won by Murray. Murray looking for her options, but unable to get anything going, and that's cleared by the Inferno to Richmond. Richmond sends it to Murray. Murray sends it to Hefford. Hefford gets it in deep. Collected by an Inferno player, but stolen by Shields. Shields up to Richmond. Richmond looking over her options. Tries to find Hansen for the one-timer, and Hansen connects on it, but doesn't get all she wants on it. And that gets sent down to the Inferno, and the Inferno will clear the zone, but not all the way, as that's collected by Richmond, who gets the puck to Hansen, who gets it deep, and Hefford will go in and forecheck. Hansen comes away with the puck, quickly sent to Richmond, and quickly sent back to Hansen. Richmond with the puck now. Richmond, risky cross-ice pass to Mulari, but gets there and tries to find Hansen back door, but a good defensive play by the Inferno stops that pass from getting through. Patron with the puck now. Patron to Horner Pascoe, just a little bit too much on that, unable to corral that and get it in, and that puck sent all the way down where Hyde collects it. Hyde sends it out of the zone, but that's collected by Theron and harassed by Jones. The defenseman jumping up on the play and forechecking Theron. And a good break here for Theron. And she scores! Theron on a nice lead pass there from what looked like Gardner. Inferno get a shorthanded opportunity, and they make it 5-6. And a really close game here with 5 minutes left. The Auckland Steel still with 20 seconds left on the power play, so we'll see if they can convert something. But a really good shorthanded goal there by the Inferno. Pretty much exactly what they needed to keep them in this game. And looks like they got a little bit of life as they get that puck deep. Richmond finds it, but stolen by Kloss, who still has the puck. Kloss behind the Steel net as she protects it, sends it up to her point, who gets it deep. And the Inferno really harassing the Steel here, as someone looks like Bo Biergaard is shoved down to the ice as the Inferno goalie goes to the bench. So a delayed penalty here against the Steel up to the point. And that is finally touched up by Shields of the Steel as we get a penalty here to the Steel. Lolandi goes to the bench, or to the penalty box for the Steel to make it a 5-on-4 advantage for the Canterbury Inferno with 4 minutes left. This is pivotal moment for both the Steel and the Inferno. We'll see if the Steel can kill this penalty off, and if the Inferno can tie this game up after being down 4-0 in the first. The Inferno have fought their way back to close the gap to only 1 goal. We'll get Theron taking the face-off versus Pascoe. Pascoe wins it. Sent to Jones, who chips it forward and is harassed by Pascoe. Sent down into the Inferno zone, and they'll just set up here with just under 4 minutes left in the game. Inferno with it, looking for their breakout pass. And nice keep in there by the Inferno. And a good glove save on a weird bouncing puck by Hyde. And she'll get a cover, and the Steel will get a change here. So 1 minute 30 left on the man advantage for the Inferno. Still plenty of time. And 2 minutes 30 left in the game, as that puck is won by Richmond as she streaks down and is chased by 3 Inferno players and gets a shot in, but Inferno do well to push it to the outside and make it a tough angle shot for her, and Morgulis, as she's done all night, answers the bell and makes a great save to keep her team within 1. Inferno win that puck. Kept in well by Harold, who sends it into the Inferno zone. Inferno with the puck now. Pressured by Richmond, as that puck sent all the way down. And Harold will just flip that puck, but goes to Guerin. So that puck sent up to their defense. Patron with it now. Patron sends it deep and is chased on by Richmond. Richmond with it and is jumped on by the Inferno players, and we'll get a penalty there, an interference penalty against the Inferno as the crowd here erupts. And we'll see if Richmond's okay, as she took the entire weight of the Inferno player landing on top of her in a complete desperation move. And we might see a penalty shot here, and I think we are going to see a penalty shot here for Richmond, so a huge moment. Let's see if the Steel can answer back with a shorthanded goal of their own. And a great save by Morgulis as Richmond tries to go 5-hole, and Morgulis covers up. And we still have a 1-goal game here. Looked like there was all kind of daylight there, but Morgulis just dropped down into a butterfly real quick and took that away. And we'll resume the power play of the Inferno with just under a minute left. Puck won by Horner Pascoe, who just buys her time and sends it deep. Collected by Theron and harassed by Mulari. Mulari going after it. And puck picked up by Kloss. Kloss drops that puck off, this time to Guerin, and picked up by Mulari. Mulari 1-on-3. Let's see what she can do. Gets a nice low shot on, but Morgulis answered equal to the task. A little bit of an awkward fall there for Mulari, but she hops back up. She's okay. And really good pressure here on the penalty kill for the Auckland Steel. This is how you want to deal with a penalty. You want to get aggressive, take away the time and the space of the team with the advantage, and just like that, the Steel kill it off. So a pivotal moment there with just under 2 minutes left as that puck is sent up and cleared. And Jones there in a 3-on-1 developing and just sends it wide. And now we get a 3-on-2 here with the Inferno coming in, and they take a shot, and off the side of the goal is that shot, and swept up to the middle, but that just exits the zone as the Steel will collect, and it's Hivgeti with it now, sending it up to Murray. Murray tries to get it out of the zone, but is unable to do so, and that puck is smartly covered by Hyde. And with 1 minute 10, we have an empty. The Inferno have pulled their goalie, so they'll play presumably the rest of the game with a 1 skater advantage as the Inferno call timeout. So we're here with just over 1 minute left in the game. What started off and looked like it was going to be a blowout for the Inferno has turned into a 1-goal game, with the Inferno battling back and scoring 5 goals in essentially 2 periods. And both coaches now discussing how they want to approach this final minute of play here. Steel trying to lock down Inferno defensively, and Inferno trying to get 1 more goal in to push this game to overtime. Patron and Guerin will take the face-off. And that puck is won by the Steel, who get it out of the zone. And the Inferno with their net empty, and they have 6 players, and Theron rubbed off the puck there by Richmond. And that puck out to Gardner. Gardner with a shot, and just misses on the rebound is Guerin, who had some space there. Kloss behind the net now. Kloss and Patron battle. Looks like Kloss will come away with it, and Patron comes away with it now. Empty net opportunity there as Richmond just loses the battle, the race there for the puck, and we'll see an icing. So with 21 seconds left and a net empty, the Inferno will get an offensive zone draw, and you got to think that this is their final opportunity to get one in. And the Steel have 20 seconds to kill off the clock as Hyde wisely covers there. Oh. And the ref goes down, much to the delight of the Avondale crowd here. So we've got Patron and Kloss to take the face off with just over 17 seconds left. And a 1 skater advantage for the Steel as a frantic battle in front. And that puck is backhanded wide. Sent all the way around. And that will do it, folks. The Auckland Steel managed to hang on for the final minute and win this game 5-6 in front of their home crowd. So a strong start to their campaign to finish the season how they finished it last year, which was coming in first. So we'll see you tomorrow night in Botany. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.